It's on Jethro FM Country with a twist. You know, we try and do a little comedy on this show, but I guarantee you we aren't comedy. We're just kind of keeping you company during, your work day. And we thought we'd bring in an actual comedian because I saw an article on her, and she lives close by from our Granville studios from the town of Jenison. Laurie Ayers, better known as my favorite, Phyllis Diller. How you doing, Phyllis?
Good morning. At my age, it's great to be anywhere.
It's good to have you. And so you've been a comedian in Grand Rapids for how long?
I started at the Comedy Den in the mid-'80s. So
really?
I'm thinking that's 30, 40 years, if you want to do the math on that.
Yeah. So you do comedy, but you do impressions now, and I'm going to describe for everybody. You've got this wild blonde wig on, red gloves, a floral plaid muumuu outfit with a big orange scarf wrapped around it. And the earrings are to die for. Are those clip-ons?
You think I'm overdressed? This is a slip.
She walks in, I go, this is radio. And she goes, well, I got to get in the mood to do Phyllis Diller.
Well, this orange was actually Phyllis's. So I always try and bring a little bit of her wherever I go. This belonged to the Phyllis Diller.
Wow. So you do comedy? Now, we've done celebrity impersonators on this show before. We've got a buddy that does John Wayne.
Okay.
And also he does a little Wolfman Jack, does some voices for us. So what do you have? Do you have to do anything to transition into Phyllis Diller?
Well, I brought her here today.
Okay. So. All right. Bring her on. I'm a big Phyllis Diller fan.
Well, and actually, I'm glad that I didn't have very far to go. I am not a very good driver. I never know if I'm going 100 or if it's 1 o'clock. Things are better now, though. I have a phone in the car. I hit a booth. But thank God for group insurance. I hit a group.
Oh, man.
But, Conrad, I have got some good driving information that will helpful.
Okay.
Do not ever hit the lead car in a funeral procession.
Oh, no.
That is the biggest group of people who are in a bad mood. And when that stiff rolled out, it's not like I killed him. It's not my fault that it was a cheap funeral and they only dressed the top half of that man. And his wife, the poor wife, said, "My God, all Fred needed was a little embalming."
Oh, my God.
So I'm glad I didn't have far to go today.
Oh, man, my face is red. How do I interview when I'm over here dying? That's great. That's great. So I imagine I'm trying to picture you do. Imagine the old folks' homes love you.
If they can hear me. And don't ever set your water glass down or you're going to end up with teeth in it.
Ooh, my dad is right around the corner at American House in Jenison.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see if I can get you to come.
I'll go see Dad.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So you'll get a rise out of him.
One time I was working with Don Rickles and he was upset that in the nursing home they didn't know who he was. And he said to the old gal, "Do you know who I am?" And she said, "No, but if you ask the gal over there, she'll tell you."
Wow, that's great. That's great. Can you stick around a little bit? Can you hang with us?
Sure.
Wow. I love her name is Laurie Ayers. LaurieAyers.com, I believe, is the website, correct?
That'll take you there. Yep.
Ayers, Laurie with an IE. We'll be back. More country with a twist next. Here on Jethro. On Jethro FM, country with a twist, working hard to be your third favorite radio station. You're in the bunker and a vision in muumuu orange. Laurie Ayers, our resident Phyllis Diller impersonator, is in the studio today. This is your first appearance.
It is.
It is.
Hopefully not my last.
No, exactly. We'd love to have you pop into the show. So you originally, there was something about COVID that kind of got you in. I was reading the article. What happened during COVID?
Well, prior to that, I was working in the corporate sector for corporate comedy, which was basically large crowds, conventions, conferences, which we all know was shut down.
Right.
At that time, a lot of the comedians went to DoorDash or they tried to find some other way to pivot to work. Sure. And that's when I discovered that this celebrity impersonator industry was a whole huge community. And it wasn't just adults dressing up. People were gainfully employed. So it was at that time that Phyllis was born.
Beautiful. Can we listen? Before we get this, is gonna be our last segment. We need to get a couple pictures of you up on our Conrad's Country Bunker Facebook because I want some people to meet Laurie Ayers because she is. It's hard when you can't see, the performer. You're doing it only by
right.
the voice, and you look tremendous. You've got it down really nicely. So everything, the corporate stuff dries up and COVID comes in and I
started doing Lucille Ball, because I'm a natural redhead.
Okay.
And then I ran into some copyright issues with the family and they weren't licensing anybody and approving any more Lucille Balls.
You were talking about that, and you said that if you were in drag, they said it was okay.
They said a Halloween costume or drag is okay, but we're not having any impersonators make money off our mother. And I didn't agree with it, but I had to respect it.
Sure.
What's the point of doing something loud and proud if you can't tell anybody?
How do they track you down? Just on Facebook?
Well, I work hard to be found. So.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, yep.
So then I had a bad haircut, and I looked like Jen Psaki for a while, and I actually capitalized on that.
Okay.
Figured I could be the White House press secretary. But it was such a political divide, and it just was not a pleasant thing to do. And then when she left the White House, it was like, okay, let's pivot again.
Yeah.
And then I had people say, you kind of look like Phyllis, and you've been doing comedy for 30-some years. So it was just a natural progression.
Oh, my goodness. So I heard that you do weddings.
I do. I'm an ordained minister. I can marry people as my crazy redhead self, or as I could probably do Lucy.
Oh,
don't
man.
tell anybody. Or Phyllis. Let's show up.
So you've got more professional pictures up. And did I have the website correct earlier? Laurie Ayers?
Yep. I've got a couple. They all go to the same place. Impersonate Her will take you directly to Laurie Ayers. It just depends on what's easiest.
Okay. And you're on Facebook too?
Yep. At the bottom of my website, there's all my social links. But yeah, I'm TikTok, YouTube, Facebook.
Wow.
I'm everywhere.
Wow. Gee whiz. I'm not. So can you do a little more Phyllis for us before we move on?
Well, you're talking about how good I look, and it's only because when I die, God will not even recognize me. My face has been pulled up more times than Jeffrey Epstein's pants. If I have one more facelift, it'll be cesarean. But I'm glad that my stupid husband, Fang, didn't come with me today. God, idiot. We were in the mall over there at the Rivertown Mall the other day, and he looked at that sign, and he said, where it says, "You are here," he wants to know how they know. And the power went out on the escalator, and he had to have a priest talk him down. He couldn't get down, idiot.
That's great, Laurie. That's great stuff. Great stuff. So I know you did some comedy club stuff around in the area. I want to make sure that people get a hold of you, so we're going to put up your link on the
fabulous
on the Conrad's Country Bunker Facebook page, and I'm enchanted. I think you look great. Phyllis never looked that good. I'm saying big time. So.
She had multiple surgeries. She didn't look too bad.
She had a lot of work done. She had a lot, and if you ever need a cabana boy. For your Phyllis, just let me.
I'll take you up on it.
There you go. Laurie Ayers, everybody, guest here on The Bunker. We wish you the best. And again, impersonators.
Impersonate Her. One word. ImpersonateHer.com.
Impersonate Her or Laurie Ayers, which is IE Laurie and AYERS.
Takes you to the same place.
All right. We'll take a break and head to Uncle Jed's Attic coming up on Jethro.